Oh,
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
great. How are you doing?
I'm just dandy. Happy to be here.
Good. You miss all that traveling?
In a way, I do. You know, my staff in Georgia, I miss them quite a bit. And it's weird. Our company, actually, we've extended work from home now until January 4th.
Wow.
So I literally just went online and canceled all of my my fall trips. And it's just weird.
And shorted Delta stock.
You know, I have a huge credit on Delta now. So. Hi, Fritz.
Hey, Paul, how are you? Good evening.
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I just heard you say you got a large credit on Delta. I have some too.
All the trips I was supposed to take this fall, this spring and summer.
Yeah, I've got some credit on Delta.
You know, I have a really close friend who's a pilot for Delta. Actually, no. He's a pilot for Northwest. He used to fly for Delta. I should call and see if he's retired yet.
Yeah.
There's no Northwest, Debbie. That went out of business a long time ago.
Okay, so now he is with Delta.
Good
evening, everyone.
Hi, Vic.
Hi, Beck.
Hello, Vic.
Oh, Jeff, I see you dressed for the occasion.
I have. See, I changed my shirt.
Oh, should I put on a shirt?
I still got
You
my,
should put on a tuxedo.
Let me put on a shirt.
this thing dials numbers. I don't even dial. Hi, Vic.
Hello, Mayor. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you.
Vic, I did not have a chance to talk to Louis or James today.
I did.
Pardon me?
I spoke to Louis today. A couple of times. I've got a full page of notes to discuss with you. We have a moment.
Okay.
I'm sure.
So we have three of us.
Hi, Russ. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, Benny, just so you know, in case you didn't, you're coming up as Franca Salanitro.
Yeah, I'm going to change that. I don't know why. I don't even know what that person is.
Oh,
Well, if you don't, I certainly don't.
Hey, Benny.
Chuckle out of that. How's that? Better?
yes.
Benny,
Yes, Jeff.
you said you go to Rhode Island?
Yes.
Where?
Westerly.
I'm in South Kingstown.
Very nice. Been through a
I'm
few
on
through there.
Green Hill Pond. You know that?
No. No. Where exactly? Where's that? Is that west?
Charlestown?
Yeah. Sure. Got a nice
Where
restaurant
am-
there.
Yeah.
I,
Nice beaches up there. I never realized how nice it was.
definitely, it's beautiful there. Yeah, a
And
lot of
distance,
beaches.
the distance from Westchester is awesome. So much better than going to the Hamptons and stuff. Really
Yes,
nice.
it is. It's worth the ride. My brother has a house there. That's why it makes it easy.
Where, Ben? Where does he have the house? Mesquamaket?
Westerly.
Yeah, I used to go to
Around.
Mesquamaket.
It's the first exit, in Connecticut. So I think it's 94.
I went to Mesquamaket. A friend of mine had there in Mesquamaket.
Yeah.
And another friend who I worked with a long time ago had one right on the ocean. He got it during the hurricanes in the 50s. You were giving that property away. Now you know what it's worth.
$1 million.
Yeah.
I was there after Sandy, and it was not a pleasant sight. Sandy,
Yeah, I know. I wonder if his house got
area.
wrecked.
Oof. The beaches were used, the beach parking lots, the state beaches, were used as depositories for people to throw their garbage.
Oh, boy.
Mattresses and construction-related debris. And the piles were unbelievable. All the sand dunes got washed out.
What he had a picture of the hurricanes before he bought the property. It was devastating, you know, so I can imagine what you saw. Yeah.
Oof. Sandy was no treat, that's for sure.
He
But, you know,
bought
I
the-
tell you, a lot of good experiences come from those beaches. You know, they have, when you go in, they I don't know, Jeff, in the beaches you've gone to, they hand you a little plastic bag because there's no garbages on
Yeah.
the, so you got to bring your own garbage out.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you bring your own garbage out.
There was a restaurant, Benny, right on the beach that I enjoyed. I think it got wiped out in the hurricane, Sandy. It got wiped out. But it was really lovely, really nice.
It is
But
pretty
all-
there. Everybody's here?
Oh,
I think we're missing Emily.
Emily?
We are.
I know she's on her way.
You want to start without her or wait?
Let's wait.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I've got a perfect 3 by 3 by 3 Brady Bunch display. I don't know if
Down.
you know, if you poke up, you're poking Gary's nose.
Oh, there. I got Paul to my right, Debbie to the left, Gary
Yeah.
below.
Are we on Facebook Live, Debbie?
I just discovered we are not on Facebook Live, and I don't think I'm going to be able to put us on Facebook Live. Sarah had was called away to an appointment, and I don't think I'm going to be able to manage this. Hold on, let me see if I can do this.
What happens when you put all
Emily,
your eggs in one basket?
she's having trouble with the Rye email right now. Okay, she's giving me another email address to send the link to.
Or text the link to her phone.
Is are all the commissioners going to be able to stay for the length of the whole meeting?
I'm good till 7:30. I have a 7:30 planning board meeting.
We have a council meeting at 7:30.
Okay, I have no idea if this has managed to get onto Facebook, but
We are recording now.
we're
See
going
that?
live. Yep. Thank you so much. Thanks, Hunter.
Where's mine? Ask Hunter for mine. Tropical drink.
You missed the bus.
Is Emily getting on?
I've sent her the link.
Hi, Emily.
Hey, Emily.
Hi, guys. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're on the next screen, Emily.
Oh, that's okay. There's nothing to look at here.
Gary, I'm concerned that we might not get to the COVID-19 policy discussion, and I'm wondering if we can move that up and take that in executive session.
Well, first of all, we will get to it. And secondly, I don't know why we need to do it in executive session. I'm not in favor of an executive session.
I'd second an
favor of this-
executive session. I think it would be helpful for all of us just to have the opportunity to discuss openly and briefly the issue.
Well, first of all, I'd like to start the meeting, and I'd like to get through the rest of the items on the agenda, because I think that unless somebody's got a major problem with any of them, we should be able to get through most of them within a half an hour or so, or 45 minutes. So may we start? Debbie, are we live?
We are. We're live.
Okay, then to the public, welcome to the Rye Town Park Commission meeting of July 21, 2020. And may, Debbie, you have the flag?
I do. Like right here.
Okay, so the flag is behind Debbie. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the flag
The flag
of the United States
of America,
America,
and
and to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for all.
for all.
Debbie, do the roll call, please, or you know what? Let's short circuit that. I note for the record that all members of the commission are present, and
Gary, excuse me, there's a lot of feedback coming through, so I guess if we're not talking, we should mute.
Is anyone listening to Facebook at the same time? That we're,
I hear something from, I've got nothing on here.
Nothing on here.
I don't hear it now. Fritz, are you okay? You're silent, Fritz.
That may have been Bobby. That may have been Bobby from the restaurant or something.
I'm okay now.
All right.
okay.
All right. I take note that all members of the commission are present. And may I have a motion and a second to accept the commission minutes of June 16th, 2020? A motion?
Make a motion.
Emily
Second.
makes a motion. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
None opposed. I don't know how we're going to do public comment on non-agenda items. Do you have any comment? See it on Facebook. Hearing none. Item of business 6.1, resolution authorizing the replacement of the Rye Town Park North Gate roof. Debbie, you want to go over this briefly?
I'd like to suggest that Vic Federico handle it, please.
Okay, Vic, please.
Okay, I didn't catch what you said, the north gate,
Yes.
Replacement of the North Gate roof.
the north bathhouse roof.
Correct.
Yes, that the tiles will be in, I should say the shingles will be in Wednesday, and weather permitting, they'll start Thursday.
They can't start until we pass a resolution.
Oh, okay.
So why are we doing this? What is this all about?
This is about replacing the north bathroom, men's room, well, the whole bathroom roof. And only one side, not doing the concession side. We had 3 bids, and it was awarded to, I guess, to Theriault. And they hope to start as soon as we pass this resolution.
All right.
A question on the resolution. It says the North Gate building, and then at the bottom it says north side bathroom roof.
It's the same part. That's my clerical error. Josh, it's the same building.
Okay, but it's just the portion that Vic mentioned.
The entire roof has to be replaced.
Oh, I see.
It's a very small roof.
Yeah, I've seen the building.
Can we just add in the second whereas that we received 3 bids? No, we indicate that we solicited bids. We should just indicate we received 3 bids and the lowest responsible bidder is. And should we also indicate in the resolution that we are receiving insurance monies for the damages to this roof?
I have no objection.
I don't know that we need to put the insurance money in. We are in fact
Russ.
receiving it.
Russ,
Because the resolution is to issue we have to pay these guys what the bid is, whether we receive insurance or not.
No, I
But yes,
understand.
I agree that solicited bids for the job, comma, and received, or not and, solicited bids for the job, received 3 written bids, and the lowest responsible bidder is Angus. Okay, is that good?
Are we expecting the insurance money to cover the whole cost?
Within a couple of dollars, yes.
Very good.
A motion to adopt the resolution as amended?
Second,
Resolution as amended.
That's what I said.
Yes.
second,
Call the roll, please, Deb.
Commissioner Rosenberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Falanka,
Yes.
Commissioner Cohn,
yes.
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Salanitro,
Yes.
President Zuckerman.
Yes.
Gary,
Thank
Sorry.
you.
sorry to interrupt really fast. I'm getting a text from somebody who's trying to log in, asking where the
Yes,
link.
there was, unfortunately, I just got notice that the feed stopped. I don't know why it stopped. I tried to get it started again, and it appears I'm on live stream.
And so you go to Facebook Rye Town Park Commission page.
I hope so.
Yeah, it says live on Facebook. I see that.
yeah, it says live on Facebook.
Okay, then I'll pass that along.
Thank you.
All right,
Sorry to
the next item is a resolution to engage Arconics Architecture to design the ADA compliant pedestrian pathway. As most of you know, we have received substantial grant monies, and we are about to go to bid for the ramps, and a second part of the project is the ADA compliant pathway, which leads from the bathhouse to the ramp. And it is our intention to go to bid to make the pathway an additional alternative. So we're hiring Arconics, who, by the way, did the Crawford Park renovation and did a beautiful job with the front of Crawford Park, to hire them and Gary Gianfrancisco to design the pathway. So that, and the fee is $4,500 for the services. Motion and a second, and then any
I make a motion to approve this resolution to hire Arconics to provide plans for the ramp, handicap ramp at the Rye Town
second,
Park.
please.
Second?
Second. Second?
Second.
All right.
Yes.
Any discussion?
Just to recognize the fact that he's going to be working with Dolph on the design, and traditionally Dolph would hire the architect, so we'd actually be saving a few dollars, so there's no markup in the fees for Arconics since we're hiring them directly. So this will actually save us the markup that we would get from our engineering consultant.
I can't hear you, Ben.
Can anybody else not hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you fine.
We'll translate it another day.
Okay. You said it's a good thing, though.
Said we're saving money by Arconics directly, so it's a good thing.
All right, thank you. Debbie, please call the roll.
Commissioner Rosenberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Falanka,
Yes.
Commissioner Cohn,
Yes.
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Salanitro,
Yes.
President Zuckerman.
Yes. Our next resolution is to enter in a contract with C Squared Solutions for the phased-in installation to enhance the Verizon wireless coverage. And I think, Debbie, you should explain this. And there may be some discussion. So why do we need this?
Yeah, and I see that the resolution didn't publish. Does anybody want me to take a moment to publish the resolution? Give me a moment, please.
I'm still having somebody have a hard time on Facebook. Debbie, you go ahead with what you're doing, but can anybody else help me?
I think I'm the only person who can do it. I'm the administrator.
But I mean, other people are seeing it. Sorry.
Oh, all right.
Somebody was just, Jeff, are you on there?
I'm not looking at Facebook because it gives feedback.
Yeah, that's why I don't have my phone on either.
Well, Debbie, I do have a memorandum of scope of work for this project, so I don't know what you're sending. Probably a resolution, but I'm reading the scope of work as you're looking.
Right, it's the right, the scope of work is there, but the resolution didn't publish.
Yeah, I don't see the res. Yeah.
Okay. I apologize for the delay.
Everybody watching may think that this meeting is dead. So,
Yeah, I'm still hearing that it's not working.
Not working. All right, well, if you want to, I'm just
Why
publishing.
don't you just explain it, Deb, and we can move on.
Will do. I've just published the resolution. If you want to refresh your screens, it will appear, I hope.
yes,
Oh, good.
yes, it's alive.
Alive. All right. So in brief, the cell signal at Rye Town Park is weak. It is particularly weak in the parking lot. We have been, as you're acutely aware, working on the park's infrastructure step by step over the last several years. We put in fiber optic trenching that connected our POS system. We put in Wi-Fi for the park offices and to enable people directly in front of the administration building, the tower building, to use their cell phones, and also at the bathhouse. Now we are working on the parking lot. The weak cell signal makes it very challenging for park staff to reach emergency services when that's needed for park safety, and it also makes giving parking citations very challenging and very time consuming. So we have been working Since last summer with Verizon, to enhance our service, we have added what are called FEMTOs to help. They were insufficient, and I've now been referred to C2 Systems, C2 Systems, which has submitted to us a proposal for consulting to a project in 2 phases. The first phase is a proof of concept phase. They've done some data collection and some research. They will come back, they will install equipment. We will use our equipment and make sure that it actually does what they say it's going to do. And then that's for $2,750, $2,750, proof of concept phase. Phase 2 will be something slightly over 12,000, unless we can somehow bring it down. That's due to prevailing wage, and that would be an installation that would come with a 1-year warranty, and would enable us to hopefully solve a problem that has been plaguing the staff for a very long time.
Have we applied to the city under Chapter 196 of the city code?
Not yet. Certainly, if we proceed to phase 2, we certainly would.
I would think you'd do it for phase 1. You're putting up antennas, aren't you?
It is. We've. I invite Jeff to weigh in here. We've taken a look at the code. This particular antenna fits within your exceptions, but of course we would work with you as a partner on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, there's certainly there are special provisions for micro facilities, and maybe these are, but that is not totally an exception.
Understood.
Well, one of the problems we have is speed. How long does this permitting process take, Josh?
We don't have enough experience with the new code to be able to tell you.
Well, one of the problems that we have is that if we don't get it in shortly, then it's not worth doing it all. So,
Jeff, what does Jeff think?
Jeff, you're on mute.
I think this falls under the special exception permit,
Okay,
which
is still a permit.
less than 1 cubic foot in size. Hopefully
Yeah,
there's an expedited way to get that approved.
It is shorter than the full bore process, but this would, I think, be our first application. Which is not to say it would be slow, but that is the law.
Hopefully with your support, it will be faster.
Well, what I would like to suggest is that we add a clause to the resolution that resolve to proceed, et cetera, shall be completed with the Park Commission's conditional approval herein, comma, and subject to the permit process of the City of Rye.
Sounds good to me.
Okay? So, do we have a motion and a second?
As amended, I'll make a motion.
Second it. Okay.
All right, please call the roll.
Commissioner Rosenberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Falanka,
Yes.
Commissioner Salanitro. Benny, you're on mute. Okay.
I don't know if that's official, Ben.
Yes, it is. Yes, I am.
Commissioner Cohn,
Yes.
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
President Zuckerman.
Yes. Okay. Thank you all. And just as an aside, this is probably not a permanent solution, and we are going forward with what we call the macro solution, with the cell tower, the cell installation in the tower building, which will give greater coverage, be more reliable, and we know that is certainly subject to the city's permitting process. And we've already gotten preliminary approval on that from historic preservation. So, and Lisa Easton has given her go ahead with it as well as an architect. So hopefully next summer we'll have that in place. And if that goes, they will actually pay us money. So that would be a good thing. The next item up is the restaurant report. I see Bobby's here. Bobby Harris.
Hey, how is everyone?
Good.
So, yeah, things are going well down at the restaurant. We've got a lot of positive feedback again. Our beach bar, our beach lounge, as we're calling it, is the furniture is arriving tomorrow. We have Adirondack chairs and small tables that we're going to put out there. We have the North Gate open on the weekends for now. We're serving pizzas and cold drinks out of there. And overall, the whole vibe down there, the food, the change of management. We have a lot more staff than we've ever had before that are making sure everyone gets taken care of in a quick and efficient and safe manner. We're taking all the necessary precautions with the COVID training. We have hand sanitizer everywhere. Masks are required everywhere. People have given us feedback that they feel really safe coming there, and we see a lot of the same families coming back, you know, every couple of days, which is nice to see. So all in all, not bad at all down there.
Good.
You're making some money?
I wouldn't say that, but we're trying. We'll see. We need the weather to be on our side all summer.
You've had good weather.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So far, so good. We've had a saxophonist down there for live music, and people have really responded well for that as well. So,
How is the beach opening going? The set-off section.
yeah, that's great. We have Adirondack chairs coming tomorrow, and then we're going to put out the lounge chairs, Adirondack chairs, and have someone on staff to be, you know, cleaning them, sanitizing them, you know, as guests get up and move. And that could be open as early as this weekend. Though we have our full liquor license. We have the fence set up. The cameras are all set up. The serving window is all ready. So we're ready as soon as the furniture comes. It actually got delivered to our Thornwood location today.
Oh,
By
God.
mistake. So they're delivering. So it should be there tomorrow, and then we'll be all set.
How's the pavilion working out for you? Are you using the pavilion?
Yeah. People are, which I guess is a compliment to our food in the restaurant itself. People are waiting the hour and a half for a table to sit outside, but it is helpful when a table doesn't want to wait that long. They go up and they order a pizza or a hot dog or a lobster roll, and they sit outside under the pavilion. So yeah, it has been helpful, very helpful.
Good.
Are people eating inside?
They are, yeah. Some people, especially with this heat wave, people want to be inside. You know, a lot of the elderly people don't want to be out in the sun and heat, so they come inside. And we've managed to space the tables out in a decent way where it's a real comfortable setting. You don't feel like you're crowded at all. And
Bobby, what about patrons when they come to the window, if they're not wearing a
Everything's good down
face
there.
mask? Your employees, they ask the patrons to wear a face mask, or how does that work?
we won't serve anyone without a face mask. So
Has there been
if you're coming into the,
any confrontations with anybody unwilling to provide?
luckily not. We don't have any of the Walmart stories or anything like that, but they're doing, the hostesses are doing their job, informing people and giving them masks if they don't have one,
Good,
as well as up at the pavilion, and we'll do the same downstairs at the beach lounge. Yeah, but no confrontations. People are more apologetic when they realize they don't have it on. So that's been a nice surprise.
Do you serve all age groups? In other words, if a child comes to the window because their parents asked them to go pick up the food, is that an issue with age groups, or whoever comes to the window gets served?
Down on the beach level?
Yeah, on the beach level. There's all age groups, I'm saying.
So if it's a younger kid under 6 or 7 without a parent, we're not gonna explain to them, the whole thing, but there's a good distance between us anyway. So, it's a judgment call that we feel comfortable our staff knows how to
Good.
make, they're not.
Great job. Thank you, Bobby.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
Thank you,
Anybody?
guys.
Anything else from the commissioners? Nope. Thank you, Bobby. All right,
Thank you, guys.
all right. Next item is a discussion about the COVID-19 policy. As everybody is aware, there's been a lot of back and forth discussing this item. I had Jeff prepare another memorandum. It's in memorandum form based on a lot of the discussions that we've been having. And what I'd like to do is have a motion and a second to make this policy official, and then we will discuss. Okay, is that satisfactory?
I think, Gary, I think we've had at least 2 commissioners ask for an executive session before we go into this. So I don't know why we aren't entertaining that.
I don't know that we need an executive session. I'm
Ga-
not in
Gary,
favor of an executive session.
Gary, you,
I'm one vote. If you want to make that motion to go into executive session, that's your prerogative. I would recognize you to make the motion.
I'll make that motion.
I would
Second?
second. All in favor?
Question on a motion and second. What are we going into executive session for? It has to follow the open meetings law.
We're going
we
to
did-
executive session because in distributing Gary's version, Gary said he was confident that staff would be able to implement the policy. I think some of us have some reservations about staff's willingness, interest, or capacity to implement the policy.
Well,
I think staff capacity is an important part of the discussion. That would be the reason.
I defer to our legal staff. Is that a appropriate topic to go into executive session?
If it has to do with staff, personnel, and performance, it does, because that
Okay.
should not be in public.
Okay, are particular persons?
If we're discussing the
I always
performance
thought
of
it had
any,
to be if you're discussing a particular individual, but an overall policy, I'm not sure, but I question it.
Right.
I know, Jeff, if you're talking about a particular individual, absolutely falls under the executive session guidelines. But as far as talking about a policy, I question whether a policy that we are going to be discussing falls under that same category. And I'm not a lawyer.
no, it's a fair
Well, I'm
question.
just raising, the red
Mhm.
flags on that to see that we don't get criticized.
I mean, it's up to the commissioners to articulate without specificity whether this has to do with a broad subject matter or whether it has to do with an individual or individuals by name, don't identify them by name, but whether it has to do with more specific individuals, in which case executive session is absolutely appropriate.
Well, I agree with that, but if that's the reason, I'd like to hear that stated in the motion.
So the answer to Jeff's question is both individual and general.
in my view, this would be an appropriate topic for executive session. I don't know technologically how to do it at the moment, but maybe Debbie does. We'd have to cut off Facebook at this point.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. I just want to say, I understand that we're having, we want to make sure that we're abiding by the open meetings rule, but we have Russ and Vic sitting here and it seems like we're talking about them in front of them. And I just wanted to say to both of you, this is an irregular summer. I think from my perspective, unfortunately, I'm not in Rye right now. You're doing a tremendous job under a lot of pressure. And I think that the conversation is just a general one. There's been some back and forth with the commissioners. I don't want anybody to just feel like anyway, I just feel uncomfortable with this conversation. But I understand that we need to do it to satisfy open meetings law. So thank you, Fritz. Thank you, Jeff. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because I feel like.
Well,
My
again,
feeling-
like I said, before we make a motion in a second.
Motion in a
certainly
second
we
is
should-
made, Fritz.
I know, the motion is second is on the table, but before we go and take a vote, I'm saying that we have to excuse people from staff. We have to get off of Facebook and we move on from there. If that motion passes. So that's
Well,
all. I mean, we can't-
my position.
I don't know.
My position is that the staff is doing an excellent job, as Emily has just said. They've been faced with a very difficult situation. They are the equivalent of frontline workers, as much as other frontline workers have been performing. And, pardon me.
Hi, it's Gary.
As often as much as other frontline workers have been performing in hospitals, in retail establishments, grocery stores alike, they are coming face to face with potentially dangerous situations. And all of them, without exception, have been on the job. They have not sought to leave the job. And it's been very trying at times. So my view is that there is no reason for an executive session to discuss personnel except to praise them, and that can be done publicly. And that's my view, and I will be voting against having an executive session.
I
will, of
agree,
course-
Gary.
So there's
I'm
a
sorry,
motion
Paul?
and a second.
Well, we're having discussion.
Again, on the discussion, again, unless we're talking
Approve any.
about particular personnel, I don't think it's appropriate to go into an executive session. If we're going to talk about a resolution or a policy that this board is entertaining. So unless I know that it's certainly going to be on specific personnel and governed under the guidelines of the open meeting law, I don't believe it's appropriate to go into an executive session. I know in our village, we have to announce exactly what we're going into executive session for and say that publicly before we take a vote. And again, if it's on particular personnel, absolutely, I agree with our attorney. But, and I don't know where this is going, but if it's just to discuss the resolution and discussions and the policy, I don't think
We
it's
have a
appropriate.
motion. We have a motion on the floor to go into executive session. Debbie, please call the roll.
Gary, I think I have to answer Fritz's question. Yes, particular personnel.
Debbie,
Well,
please
okay,
call
so hold on one second before you call the roll. Notwithstanding the roll call, it's been articulated that a discussion will take place or a discussion wants to take place with regard to a specific individual, a staff, a member of our staff. If the vote fails, the discussion of the specifics with regard to an individual or individuals should not take place in public.
With that, Debbie, please call the roll.
Commissioner Rosenberg,
No.
Commissioner Falanka,
stated my reasons, but if it's on a particular person and covered under the opens meeting law, I have no objections to listening. I'll vote yes.
Commissioner Salanitro,
Yes.
Commissioner Cohn,
Yes.
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
President Zuckerman.
No. The motion passes 4-2. We will go into executive session.
So mechanically, non-commissioners need to drop off,
Correct?
please,
And
as
Facebook.
well as Facebook needs to be, Facebook Live needs to be suspended. And I would ask that the recording not be continued, that this be an unrecorded executive session.
I'm going to stop the recording now.